Hey folks, Neil Beasley here. Post-holiday basketball the thing right now in Texas high schools. Time to get you warmed up for this week. Basketball season is in full swing. Let's take a look at some key district matchups in the lineup. Shadow Creek is coming off a 3-1 showing at the prestigious Allen Invitational this past weekend, and they jump back into district play as they take on Pearland Friday. The Sharks' only loss in the tournament was to a top 5 team, Mansfield Lake Ridge. Shadow Creek is led by Houston commit Bryce Jackson, along with volume scorer Mike Collins and Aiden Law. After a rough non-district where the Oilers saw themselves at one point losing 6 of 7, Pearland has turned it around and is undefeated in district play. They have now won 7 of their last 8. Should be a good tussle this Friday afternoon. Fort Bend Marshall is back in action Friday as they take on Victoria East. The Buffs are scary good and very experienced, which is why they are the number 1 5A team in the state. Returning are Kevin Sargent, Ian Lowe, Armani Theus, and Jonathan Walker. They also have one of the most heralded head coaches behind the bench in Ronnie Courtney. Marshall is determined to get over their playoff hurdles this year and make it to San Antonio for a state championship game appearance.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test the all-new Silverado today. And by DQ for treats and eats before and after the game. Also by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today.
We caught up to a big-time athlete from the Houston area in this week's Recruiting Trail.
Sheldon Rice, played D-line at Fulshear High School. First thing is education, That's what's going to keep me on going after football and everything. Next is somewhere that's going to hopefully get me to the league, and that's the next thing. Just a place that feels like home. Hopefully somewhere like at UH, me playing as a outside linebacker, DN, kind of hybrid place. That's mostly what I want to play. Really, me and my team been playing together for pretty much all our lives. We've been playing since Pee Wee football, so we got a good bond. I try to be able to lead here most I can on the field and off the field. Try to encourage people and just help them out whenever they need it. But just somebody that can get out there on the field and help people off it. This year we're going to be going real long in the playoffs, and next year check out the Cougs. See how many chances you're going to be doing next year. Will's going to turn on that program. Definitely want to be good to have a state ring this year. That's really it. That's all we're aiming for right now, just a state. I want my team to realize, just because our class is gone, that they got to still hold up that legacy and the standard that we set out. Being physical, running the ball down people's throat. That's what Fulshear is. That's what we are. And I want them to keep and hold that legacy that we started.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test drive the all-new Silverado today. And by Randall's, fresh foods, local flavors. Also by the UPS store. Be unstoppable.
Our Ward Fasold caught up to Shadow Creek head coach David President to talk about his Sharks in the hype.
Man, you guys are off into the top 5, top 10 in the state. People are looking at you. It's one of those bullseye type deals. They said they'll scour the rankings. Okay, they're top, they're 3, they're 4, they're 5, whatever they are. This is the team we need to give our best shot to. How has it felt so far being kind of the hunted out there, and have you guys fell into that role of how you want them to play this year?
We knew going into the season that we were going to have a target on our back. We returned, several seniors. We returned Bryce Jackson, who's committed to U of H. And so we understand that there was going to be a target on our back. But, accepting the challenge, understanding that we're going to get everybody's best, which only can make us better. We've got some things that we definitely want to work on. And us getting everybody's best is definitely helping us in that journey.
Getting everyone's best, and that's kind of what you did when you went up to the Allen Invitational there. it's not only, I mean, they invite the best of the best. It's not only you guys coming up there, but you're coming from Houston to Dallas. There's probably 70-80% Dallas teams. So you're coming, you're leaving a good majority of your fans at home. And you came out of that thing 3-1. What was it like? Because this is, these invitations are just to see what you got in district play. It's kind of a deal where you're just seeing what you have up against the state's best. So how do you guys feel like you did?
Well, the Allen Invitational definitely presents that, that resistance that you need, that adversity that you need in the middle of the season as we go into, or we're 6 games into district, but as we continue to move forward in district, you want to be tested, and that Allen Invitational definitely does that. We had a chance to play against a great team in Mansfield Lake Ridge, who was in the Final Four in the state tournament last year. And that's the quality of games that we definitely want to see ourselves in and compete in, and see, what areas we need to get better in.
Excellent. And for me, I actually got to see you guys play one of the games. An outsider looks at your squad. They see Bryce Jackson going to Houston. They see Michael Collins with range that's ridiculous. Kind of reminds me of me back in my day, but I don't want to talk about it too much. He can shoot from wherever. But and then they leave it at that. But you can't do that with this squad. I mean, I saw Aiden Law get red hot from the corner. I saw Aiden Lewis do his thing. You got a squad that has your 2 big stars that everybody knows their names, but they definitely have your complementary players that can get hot at any time.
Absolutely. Our roster has changed over the years, and this is the first time we've been guard heavy, where we really don't have a true big. And so, these guys just, our chemistry, the way we play, we feel like it provides a matchup problem in areas. And so we try to use that as an advantage, as we go through these games. But definitely, man, we've got a roster full of talent, guys who want to win. They're 4-year guys. They're program kids, and their goal is to compete for a state title.
Well, we're talking about your game coming up this Friday. When you talk about your district, it's you and it's those Pearland squads that people talk about mostly. And Pearland hadn't lost in district play. They're always looking for you. It's a nice little afternoon game, afternoon tilt, I believe, or is it the girls that play in the afternoon? I can't remember. Girls are 1 and one of y'all is at 7. Yep. Either way, talk about going into a game with the Oilers knowing that it's going to have some repercussions down the road of who wins this district title.
Absolutely. And with it being split, you've got to make sure you take care of home court. Pearland's Coach Brown does a great job with his group. They returned several players. They've given us battles last year for sure. They'll be ready coming into Friday. So we'll be excited for the challenge.
Well, it should be fun. Looking forward to seeing it. We'll have a camera at that game. And Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
We appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for covering us.
Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year to all, and there are some great hoops all over the greater Houston area this Friday. So go check out a game or two. We'll see you next week.